So I get stoned to death.
Well, now I fear when you arrive at the bloody gates, you will stain our coven.
My character is not strong. My character is not very smart. My character is very much so a follower, but he wants to be someone great.
Now rise, my peckish demon, and go forward to fill your gluttonous heart.
I will never fail you, and I think back to all the times that I have failed people in the past. And I have met Dr. Axis, and he saw fit to bring me back to the mortal plane so that I could do his bidding and bring about the doomsday that we all so greatly desire. Welcome, travelers, to City of Town, an improvised D&D adventure. I'm Michael.
And I'm Casey. Now, Michael, what exactly is an improvised D&D adventure?
Well, I'm so glad that you asked, because an improvised Dungeons & Dragons adventure is an adventure that Casey and I are going to go on the spot. No prep work. No character sheets, just infinite amounts of dragon slaying and infinite amounts of D&D improv fun.
That's right. Now, every episode is around 60 minutes, and you do not have to have seen every other adventure that came before, because every episode is completely standalone. So, whether you've been playing since Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, or you are completely brand new, we are so excited for you to take part, learn about the game that we all love, and enjoy some good roleplay.
You also do not have to have read all the rule books for Dungeons & Dragons, because we loosely base everything off D&D 5e here, but we never stress about following the rules. We never go and check the monster manual for the stat blocks of a mind flayer.
Nope, we don't do that, and we won't do that.
We never, ever even consider it. We never go and check the cost of an item in the player's handbook. We make up spells. We make up feats. We butcher the backstories of species and characters. Because we're just all about improv, we're all about fun, and we're all about making rules lawyers mad.
That's right. Now, we use 2 dice over here at City of Town. We use the D20 and the D6. We use the D20 for all attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. We use the D6 for everything else we come up with along the way. You'll know it when you see it. You'll shoot! See it when you know it. I thought that was going to be cool, and then it wasn't. Michael, go!
Just like us here at City of Town. One of us is going to be the very cool player, and the other one's going to be the very cool dungeon master.
That's the only way you can describe us, because we're so very cool.
So very
Michael,
cool.
Who's going to be that adventurous player taking part in today's journey?
Well, just in case you didn't know, it's me. I'm the player, the very cool player.
That's so true.
And if I'm the very cool player, then that only leaves one very cool person to be the very cool dungeon master.
That's right. Me!
Casey!
I'm going to be the dungeon master today. Now, Michael, are you ready to go on an epic, perilous, wonderful, maybe sexy journey? A very cool one, no matter what.
That's a lot of conflicting emotions, so I don't really know how to feel about it, but I think that, yes, I think I am prepared.
Okay, good.
I'm only here for one reason.
To be very cool?
Adventure.
Oh.
Go on an adventure.
Be very cool.
And be very cool. And I'm not very cool.
And I'm all out of being cool. Our adventure begins, as all great adventures do, with you walking through a graveyard, lined behind one other... Lined?
Oh. I'm in a line.
You're in a line.
Oh, okay.
You're in a line of 20 other people, all with robes over your head, disguising who you are.
I trip. The robe is not. The robe is kind of blinding me a little bit, and I trip.
Yeah, you trip over a small piece of grass. Go ahead and see how you recover.
That's a 9 plus 1. Dexterity is plus 1.
All right. Oh. High or low?
Low. I'm feeling low today.
Ah, crap. It landed between a 2 and a 20. Okay, one more time.
It landed between it, so it could have been either one.
That's what
I think that's what the fates are saying.
No, that's not helpful. So, no. Maybe you can decide that when you're the dungeon master, but you can back off right now.
You know what? I just feel like I had an opinion, and the dungeon master shut me down.
I don't care about your opinion.
I think that as a dungeon master, you're supposed to care about your player's opinion.
No.
I feel like this feels very rude and antagonistic of you.
I'm going to reroll. Oh, no, it was high this time.
Oh, darn!
Shoot.
This dungeon master trying to kill me.
Well, I wasn't. I was going to go with the fates. But instead, you've pushed me, Michael. You've pushed me and you've backed me into a corner. As you trip, as you hear, "Somebody capture Esmereld." That's your character. His arms grab around you. Are you going to try to break away from this hold?
They're capturing me now?
Yeah.
No, I give into it.
You give in, as they say,
Wait, what? Why are you all trying to capture me? I didn't mean to trip.
"Finally, we have our sacrifice for the evening."
The sacrifice? I thought that Bob was going to be the sacrifice.
Oh, I thought that, and you see that it's the person who is at the front of the line. This is Carlisle, Master Carlisle, as he, the leader of this Doomsday Cult, looks down on you. He's very tall, spindly, as he says, "That's the trick of this. We've had you walking in a line around this graveyard for 2 hours, waiting for one of you to slip up. And you were the first one to trip. So, Esmereld, prepare yourself. You will be going to the bloody gates first."
Carlisle, please, I feel like I have so much more to learn from you and the Doomsday Cult. I've just gotten started here. Please, give me more time. I'm not ready.
Lad, you're embarrassing yourself. So please, stop shrilling.
This is part of my problem. This is part of why I need more time. I'm an embarrassment to myself and everyone around me.
As he waves his hand and he casts silence over you. Please, everyone, notice what true pathetic terror looks like. Carlisle, you incessant derp. At first, I thought you were worthy of a sacrifice, but now I fear when you arrive at the bloody gates, you will stain our coven. So no, you will no longer be sacrificed. You're far too weak for that. As he waves his hand, silence going away.
Listening, I've been mouthing this whole time, and I'm thanking him now.
Yes, no, but he waves his hand. The silence goes away.
Oh, Carlisle, thank you so much.
Yes. Instead, I'm
so excited to be a part of this cult and to not have to die right away. Like, you could sacrifice me like
he waves his hand again. Instead,
I'm just trying so hard.
Yeah, we get that. That's the problem.
I don't want to be a bad cult member. I don't want to be bad at anything in life.
He silenced you again.
Oh, this is Michael, the player, telling you, the DM.
Sorry, please go on.
Sorry, there's a little bit of me in this character. But you can't tell the difference between one of us is talking.
Yeah, I really can't. It's so hard. Guys, this is how Michael is every day.
Yeah.
It's a real problem.
I'm insufferable.
So as he says, no, instead, we're just going to stone you.
Eyes wide, full of fear.
All right, everybody. Circle up. This is going to be one of those group bonding moments.
No, I'm so silenced, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, please. No. Like, no one can hear me, but I'm just absolutely begging.
As, like,
I'm offering to give them all sorts of whatever they want.
This group, like, slowly gathers in a circle around you.
Those stones look sharp.
Yeah, well, they each pull out one of their favorite stones.
Oh, they carried them with them.
Yeah, they carry them with them. Yeah, I mean, you're new to this cult, for sure.
I've got my stone in my pocket.
But you've taken part in a stoning, right?
Yeah, I've stoned at least 3 people. So
yeah, so this isn't totally new.
It was honestly very fun.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense that your character's pretty impressionable.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But my character wants to be better.
Uh-huh.
My character is not strong. My character is not very smart. My character is very much so a follower.
Yes.
But he wants to be someone great. He just doesn't know how to become that. And he doesn't know how to stand up for himself and actually make his own decisions. He only knows how to follow someone who he thinks can get him where he wants to be.
Esmereld. I will give you one last chance to speak for yourself, but choose your words wisely, for these stones were sharpened yesterday. As he takes away the silence.
Carlisle, please don't stone me to death. All I've ever wanted since I learned about this Doomsday Cult 4 days ago was...
You've stoned 3 people in 4 days. They stone a lot of people. Yeah, a surprising amount of people.
All I've wanted is to learn from all of you so that I can be the best disciple of Dr. Roxas, so that we can bring around the ultimate death of the world, so that we can all be ascended and be the best versions of ourselves in the afterlife of Dr. Roxas. But I can't get there if you stone me to death, if you don't give me a chance. Please, I'll do anything. I'll do whatever it takes. Just let me keep learning. Let me keep getting better. I'm not there yet, but I will be. And I'm dedicated to this. I've never wanted anything more in my life.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
$13 minus 1 is 12. That's right, I got a minus 1 in charisma.
I'm sorry, lad. I just don't see it for you.
I try to run.
Okay, you're going to take off running, and you're going to have to try and break through the arms of a couple of the cult members. Go ahead and roll in acrobatics, or I'll give you athletics or acrobatics, whatever you prefer.
I rolled a 2. I feel like a 5.
You run as you accidentally trip on part of your robe. It's an oversized robe, as they all are. So normally you need to walk sort of slowly, and you trying to run, you like only get a couple of steps and fall to the ground. As he says, "Ready?
No!
Aim!
No, please! I never should have left the flower cult. It was
Fire!
a mistake.
Guys, dozens of, 20 stones thrust at you. How much help
Is that
do
how
you...
stoning works? Do they throw the stones?
Yeah.
I always thought they just held the stones and hit.
No. Normally it's that you're like actually tied to like something, and then they all have thrones and they all have stones and they take turns throwing them at
wild.
you. No, it's really horrible.
Yeah, jeez.
So
I get stoned to death.
Well, we're gonna see how it does because they have 20 stones.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll to hit for them.
Sure.
What's your AC?
I really should have stayed with the flower cult.
What's your AC?
13.
That hits. Your AC is kind of high. Oh, that's a nat 20. So
I'm a very human fighter, man.
You said 13?
Yeah.
Okay, that one does actually hit. That one does not. So
You're going to roll 20 times.
I think we're 4 for 5. No, I'm going to roll 10. That's another nat 20. All right, well, let's roll some damage to just see how much health do you have.
I'm just getting pelted. As just like pointy stones are gouging into me and
but I want
ripping chunks out of my flesh.
Exactly. No, this is horribly painful. How much HP do you have?
17.
Okay, so because 2 of them got nat 20, so that's double damage for those.
I'm so screwed.
Yeah, it's 17. Wow, these were kind of high rolls.
I'm screwed.
As Michael, how do you want to do this? How do you want to kill your character?
I'm sitting on the ground, begging for my life, wishing I had stayed at the flower cult and not come to the Doomsday Cult. They just seem so much cooler. The Doomsday Cult seem cooler.
Yeah, I get you.
As the stones start to fly at me, and for a moment, I think back to the 3 times in the last 3 days that I stoned someone to death and how much fun it was. And I just wish that I was on the other side of these stones. And then the stones hit me, and they tear chunks out of my flesh, and 2 of them actually hit me directly in the eyeballs, and I'm blinded pretty much immediately. And then I scream a bunch as I slowly bleed to death, and I feel the rest of the stones pelting into me.
And as you bleed out on the ground in utter agony, your mind melting into the great beyond, you hear a somber chanting of those who you considered your closest friends for 4 days.
I try to chant with them, but I don't really remember the words, and I'm also dead.
As the pain turns into a numbing, blinding bliss.
All I ever wanted was to be someone actually worthwhile.
Cease.
Now I'm
And
dead.
that is where we will end. I'm just kidding. As it feels,
Death isn't ever the end.
it's hard almost to classify it as feeling, but your essence seems to stretch on for eternity as it continues moment after moment. These seemingly seconds that used to fulfill your essence of life turning into long stretches that feel like years or decades, centuries even, as you find yourself slowly recreating into who you once were, into Esmereld. You feel that name as though it's blowing on the wind. The essence, Esmereld. Someone who despaired in their lack of coolness. Someone who hoped for purpose in their life. Someone who strove to be better. Esmereld. Esmereld. You say it to yourself. Esmereld.
Esmereld.
And then you suddenly realize it's not your voice speaking your name.
Esmereld.
It's someone else. Esmereld. As your eyes drift open, but you can't quite speak. There's a fog over your vision as you can't quite see what you're looking at. As something grips you tight, pulls you high up into the air, and suddenly you're floating above all of existence.
What?
As though you're finally raising to something else. And then the fall. You fall fast and violent, gaining in speed. It's as though no matter how far you fall, you still can fall faster, and you slam back into the earth. Night looms over you as you are in a great pit of fire and hell. And you see for the first time in, it seems like, a millennia. And what you see is the fourth layer of hell. As you see a demon look down at you. Its skin pulsy and pungent with blood as it leaks out of the different orifices and cuts within its face. It has hair that looks like slithering snakes. It wears thin robes that are tattered and worn, and it is holding you by a withered shirt as it looks at you and it says, "Rise, Esmereld. You have a journey ahead of you."
I do?
Oh, yes. You're meant for something great.
I am?
That's right. Now, let's get you into some finer clothing. As, with a snap, suddenly you were wearing pure white silk. A beautiful robe. Something that you could have never afforded within your own life.
I've never looked this fashionable before.
Oh, yes. And here, something to give you a little bit of that cool factor you had always hoped for. As he puts his hand over your eyes, and you feel a metal piece of, well, the only way to describe it is to break outside of the scene, because this is not something you've seen in your day-to-day life as a Esmereld, but it's something that Michael would see on a regular basis. It's metal sunglasses.
Dang.
Ray-Bans, to be specific.
Dang. Okay.
They are the epitome of cool.
This devil's got some pretty good fashion sense.
Yeah. Demon.
This
I'm going to
demon's
got
got
the
a pretty good
demons,
fashion
even though that
sense.
might be incorrect.
Yeah, you know what? We don't check the rules here.
Yeah. As he says, there we go.
Everything is so dark. I like it. Thank you. What's your name?
I've been known by many names in my time. For some, I was death, others despair. The pit, the dark one, evil on the wind. But you can call me Lord Abomination.
Lord Abomination.
That's right.
I'm honored. Absolutely honored to make your acquaintance. What do you do? What's Are you like, do you know Dr. Axis?
Oh, haven't heard that name in a while.
I was in a cult that, worshipped him.
Oh, I know. As he grows big, looking down at you. Why do you think I brought you here?
I don't know. I like the idea of going on a great adventure, though. Being like I have a purpose, and I can't be good at things.
Good. I will tell you why I have brought you here. Let us be off. As he raises sinister steer that carry along with them a haunted, terrible carriage. As he scoops you up in one hand and lets you down on it, he pulls himself in, grabbing tight upon the ropes, and thwacks as the steer take off running. Welcome to hell, my boy. You are going to be my greatest prize. You see, you, I could tell, were a true believer in Dr. Axis. That was one of my greatest names.
You're Dr. Axis? Oh my gosh. You chose me to be one of your disciples?
That's right. And we're going to go remind the world of what a Doomsday Cult is truly about.
Oh my gosh, when the other guys get to hell, they're gonna be so shocked that I'm your right-hand man.
Yes.
I'm gonna be the best right-hand man you've ever seen, Dr. Axis.
Sure.
Or Lord Abomination, sir.
Yes.
You can count on me.
Okay.
I'm a fast learner.
All right, shut the fuck up.
Yes,
just a
sir.
second.
Absolutely, sir.
We're gonna
I'm a good
work.
listener.
We're gonna work on this coolness thing. No.
I was looking through the sunglasses and everything being dark. I feel cool.
I'm starting to regret this just a slight bit.
No, I'll make sure you never regret it, sir. Whatever you want. What do you want, sir?
As he's going to lead you, as you glide along on your carriage, he's going to talk you through his plan. His plan is that he's going to send you back up into the cult to get them to all take part in a group suicide. And if you succeed in this, they won't have to come to hell to find him. He is going to come from hell to find them. But this is going to require you being utterly cool. The coolest of the cool. You have to be everything you're not. Because you're going to have to overthrow Master Carlisle and take advantage of the cult yourself. Or are you up for this?
On the inside, I'm thinking back to all the cults that I've been kicked out of over the years.
Mm-hmm.
And that I've never once managed to get beyond just like the initiate phase of being in a cult. But on the outside, I'm like, Yes, Lord Abomination, sir. I absolutely can take over the cult for you. I would love nothing more than to be the one that unleashes you upon the mortal plane to destroy all of existence.
Good. I had hoped to hear that, as you are my only hope. You are the only one who truly believes in Dr. Axis upon the mortal plane. If you fail me, I fear it may be my last chance.
I will never fail you. And I think back to all the times that I have failed people in the past, which is a lot. But honestly, I really do. I'm a very sincere person. So, like, I'm not like...
Yeah. You're not lying or something.
No, I'm not.
You desperately want to achieve this.
Yes.
Well, we are here. As you look around yourself and you are within an empty place, there's dirt, and then there's one frail tree. As he guides you over to it, you must follow the roots to go back from where you came. There will be a vote within the cult on the morrow. You must take a stand for me, for where the cult must go from here. You must overthrow Carlisle. Best of luck, and may you be cool.
Lord Abomination, before I go, would you be willing to curse me?
Kneel.
Yes. And I kneel. And I like put myself fully on the ground, like facing the dirt.
He puts up his pussy hand. It's like wet with yellowed bile that's spewing from it as his fingernails grow to 10 inches. They're gross and gnarled, starting to spin in on themselves. As he puts it down, it clumps around your entire head.
I'm shaking with equal parts fear and excitement, and just like,
I curse you with hell and fury, that all your darkest wicked desires may become the pain of all those who look upon you. That fear and sadness grip them in their souls.
Oh, yeah.
That they never see a happy day again. That you are the fire and brimstone of 1,000 hells. Ooh. That you are the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Of the worst.
Yeah.
Now rise, my peckish demon.
My peckish demon.
And go forward to fill your gluttonous heart.
I push the sunglasses just a little bit down my nose and look at him and go, I won't fail you, Lord Abomination.
You will now gain advantage whenever fulfilling dark desires.
Ooh, that's a really cool. I like that a lot, honestly.
It was good. You'll get that for the next 48 hours.
I will follow these routes to head back to the mortal plane.
Yeah, as it's you look at the bottom of this small sterile tree as there is just a piece of mossy, gnarled area that you start to pull yourself through. You feel cockroaches and other gross, creepy crawlies moving about you, some of them getting into your mouth. As more of them fill you up, you feel yourself growing larger and larger as suddenly your heart, which you hadn't noticed,
I think I'm
was
feeling
still.
really cool up until that moment, and then it's like, oh,
yeah, it's a horrible feeling. You feel these creepy crawlies moving inside of you as you
I don't feel cool anymore.
Your heart that was still. You feel your bowels that were empty and nothingness.
Oh, did I poop myself?
You feel
When I died?
all do.
They're never gonna think that I'm cool.
You feel your blood that was congealed and stagnant all start to move once again as you suck in a breath, finding yourself alive in the same graveyard where you were stoned. You were wearing the same white silk robe that you were before, and your sick as hell Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Is it nighttime?
It's nighttime, but you do notice the glistening of morning coming.
I do not take the sunglasses off even though it's dark.
Yeah.
These will stay on permanently.
Dope as hell. Dope. You are able to stand yourself up, but you do look, you see there's just a small stream that runs through this graveyard as you see a reflection of yourself. And you still have gouges and pieces of flesh missing where it has now healed itself, but in terrible scars.
Okay.
Though you've returned, you've not returned in the same way you were when you died.
Do the scars make me look like a badass, or do the scars just make me look like some sort of zombie man?
It's hard to tell the difference
Between cool
and a scary zombie. I think it's up to interpretation.
Okay, so
For some, you were maybe the scariest abomination they've ever seen. For others, man, you were one cool, dour man.
You know, for a Doomsday Cult, I might look pretty cool.
That's what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking Lincoln.
Is anybody else still here in the graveyard? Or did they all leave?
You see a small party of grieving family members who are lowering their, clearly somebody who was close to them into the ground. They're all crying, but you don't see anyone else. As you hear in your head, darkest desires lead to most fortuitous results.
And as I'm like starting to walk away, but I hear that, I look back over my shoulder at the grieving family, and I smirk a little bit. I'm gonna head over there.
You walk over. Are you being sneaky, or are you
No,
walking
I just
boldly?
Walk boldly straight over, sunglasses on. I walk straight up to the edge of the grave and look down into it to see the body that they're lowering in.
As the crying turns to whimpers, as each of them see you, none of them seem like they're able to say anything. They seem petrified at your being here.
What's going on over here?
As a mother steps forward, sort of protecting the rest of the family behind her. We don't want any trouble. Please. We're just here.
There's no need to be so serious. What is this, a funeral?
So savage. It's just...
Is there a coffin in the hole, or is there just a body in the hole?
There's a coffin.
I'm gonna jump down into the hole, and I want to peek into the coffin. I'm just doing this very casually.
Yeah, as none of them are quite able to stop you. You jump down and you look into there, and you see an older elf, someone who clearly has reached the end of their life naturally.
Do they have anything cool on them?
They have a pendant that seems to be the sigil of their family.
I grab the pendant, pull it off of them, and then I'm going to go ahead and climb out of the hole cool. But probably not that cool. I probably think I look cool.
Go ahead and roll acrobatics. We'll see how cool you look.
Do I get advantage because it's Dark Desires?
Yeah, you do. That's fair.
Ooh, that's a 16. Yeah, so 16 plus 3, so 19.
Yeah, with a 19, you actually do, you like one arm it as you like pull yourself up. You do like that cool where you like grab and then you jump onto your knees and pull yourself up. It's honestly pretty cool as The family stares at you as the mother says, "Why? Why would you do this?"
He doesn't need it where he's going. Me? And I kind of let the little pendant fall out of my hands, like as I'm holding it with the string. This is gonna look real good on me. People can appreciate it that way. And I put it on me. And I start to walk away.
As you walk away, you hear the sobs grow louder of this family.
Hey! You're messing with my vibes.
As they like hold their nose and like try not to cry. Absolutely terrified.
And I want to go to the cult.
As you you do know where they are from here, so you have to walk just for 45 minutes. As you make your way to the cult, which has hidden themselves within a bog. And so you walk through the foliage and everything, and you find yourself looking down at where the cult, few members are going about their day, doing their like daily rituals, making sure that they are collecting food and stuff for the members.
I think I'm like watching them through the bushes, not like revealing myself yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like psyching myself up a bit, like, come on, Esmereld, you're cool now. People are going to see that you're cool. You've got the clothes, you've got the sunglasses, you got the cool jewelry. They're going to understand. They're going to see you're cool. I rose from the dead. I'm a Dr. Axis. There's no way they're not going to like me and think that I'm better than stupid Carlisle who stoned me to death.
Yeah.
This.
I think you got it.
I start taking a few steps forward, and I immediately trip.
You walk forward, you trip. Let's see. One person looks up, noticing you trip, and he goes, "What is that? Esmereld?"
Hey, everybody. Guess who's back? And I stride into camp.
Everyone looks deeply confused.
Yeah.
They've never seen somebody they've stoned come back.
I bet you guys didn't expect this. But I went on a little journey after all of your betrayal, and I stare at Carlisle especially.
Actually, Carlisle's not there.
Oh, Carlisle's not there.
As you see Carlisle's main person, Phineas, lean over to one of the other members and say, "Get Carlisle. He'll want to see this."
So then I would look at him in particular and say, after all of your betrayal, I met a certain someone that I think we're all a rather big fan of, and he saw it fit to send me back because there was unfinished business for me to attend to on his behalf. I'm talking about Dr. Axis.
You think that you saw Dr. Axis?
Who else do you think is cool?
This is Carlisle speaking.
Oh.
As he has walked out of the little hut within the center of this bog.
Yeah. I don't think it. I know it. Who else do you think is powerful enough to send me back to the mortal plane than Dr. Axis? And look at these cool threads I've got.
Return to your work. Esmereld, if I may speak to you in private.
Why? You want to hide my coolness from everybody?
He gestures to the open door. Are you going to walk in?
Yeah, I do. I think that basically my programming is to follow. And like I go in, and as soon as I enter, I go, "Why'd I do that?"
You walk into this small hut.
I take a seat in the first chair I see and throw my feet up on the table.
You do so. There's only one chair in here. Normally it's saved for Carlisle, and it's his hut. And so he normally forces other people to sit while he sits in his higher up chair.
So you don't mind if I take your chair, do you? After all, I am here on the orders of Dr. Axis and whatnot.
Yes. Please be seated, child, as he maintains his standing, looming over you.
Yeah, so, and I stand up.
As he...
Listen, Carlisle,
glides himself into the chair and says, "Yes."
Motherfucker! Listen, Carlisle. I've met our Lord Dr. Axis. He's not what you think he is.
I must admit, I do not know how else you would have survived that stoning. I checked you.
I did
I
not
made
survive.
sure you were dead.
I was dead. But Dr. Axis saw the potential inside of me. And he knew that I was his only hope if he sent me back to the mortal plane to achieve his bidding.
Is that so? A fortuitous day that he brought you here. Election day. What is your intent with us? Is it revenge that you seek?
Revenge isn't very cool. I would never try to exact revenge for, you all completely undeservedly murdering me in the most painful way imaginable. No. I am far too cool for that. I'm just here to take over and place myself as the rightful leader of this cult and replace you. You know why, Carlisle? Because you're not a believer, and I am.
You are right. It should be you. If, as you have said, and I have no reason to doubt you, Dr. Axis has chosen you. I have long feared it was time for me to throw up my hands of this, and to accept that someone else must carry us forward in our darkest desires. Okay. I will go tell the others.
No. Let me.
Are you sure?
Why wouldn't I be sure? And I'm worried.
It's just that, well, this was long ago before you were a member of this cult. There was someone before me, and he, like myself, had grown old and tired, and did not know how to give it up. And so I took it by force, and it tore our cult within two. There were those like me who saw the truth of darkest desires.
Darkest desires.
And there were those who thought there was a different way, a lighter way, a more floral way.
The flower cult?
That's right. They and us were one of the same back then.
That's not possible.
It's the truth.
I joined the same cult twice.
And you think back, and there actually were some traditions that were pretty similar. Now that you kind of see it in
There
context,
were an equal amount of stoning in the flower cult.
There was a lot of stoning. Yeah, they just used like flower-shaped stones.
Yeah, I should have seen it.
That could have been prevented if there was a polite transfer of power. But because I seeked to overthrow, so if you would let me, I can speak on your behalf.
No, you just want to appear cooler than I am. But I'm cool. And cool guys don't let the last leader just make it seem like they're giving them the position. Cool guys take power. They take charge. They don't follow. And if you go out there and say, oh, I'm letting Esmereld take over, then it just looks like I'm following again. And I've been following all my life. I'm not following anymore. I'm taking charge.
Very well.
You can't stop me. I'm going to stab him.
Oh my god!
Darkest desires.
You hear darkest desires. You hear darkest desires lead to most fortuitous results. As you stab at him, go ahead and roll with advantage.
2. 18.
You at first strike, and it seems as though Carlisle is going to be able to move out of the way, but there's a shift in the essence of the air as your knife extends, going further, its blade turning a pitch black as you stab deep into Carlisle. Blood starts to drain out of him faster than it seems it should, as his face becomes milky white as he lets out a low groan.
You're not. Oh.
Tries to speak, but can't as he falls to his knees.
You're not cooler than me. You're not cooler than me. And I twist the knife.
As you twist it, the final droplets of blood, as though it was shoved out of him, drips out as he collapses onto the ground.
Does he have anything cool on him? Anything that I've coveted over the years that make him look cool?
What's so painful about Carlisle is that he doesn't.
Oh, damn it, he's one of those kind of guys.
He's naturally cool.
Damn it! Ah! I get mad and I spit on his corpse.
A loogie just sits on his chin.
Not so cool now. And I stomp out the front door.
You stomp out of the front door as Phineas stands with his arms crossed at the bottom of the steps, looking up at you.
What are you doing, Phineas?
I heard a commotion. Is everything okay in there?
Yeah. Everything's exactly as it should be now. I'm in charge now. Get the cult together. I have to tell them the words of our Lord and Savior, Dr. Axis. He's got a new will.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. Obviously, with advantage.
That one. 19!
Wow, needed that.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Phineas stares you down as though for a second he's not going to move. And then he nods. And he bellows out to all the rest.
I look down and realize I still have the bloody knife in my hand.
You do. Which may have been impactful on him as he yells out, "Into the sacrificial chamber, all of you!" As after a few moments, everyone makes their way into this little clearing that has a canopy of trees above it. And the ground is a lot of the where the rest of this place has a lot of foliage and stuff. The dirt here seems as though nothing can grow.
While everyone is congregating, I'm going to go into the kitchen and start the fire and fill up a large cauldron full of water. And I'm going to go into the tea cabinet. I'll grab the tea, pour the proper amount of tea leaves in, and then right next to the tea is where we keep the poison.
Yep.
Very easy to confuse. It
Yep.
has been done before.
Yeah.
And I will, of course, add the poison to the tea as well.
Yeah, you add the badger poison to the tea. There's a lot of badgers around here.
We have a big problem with badgers.
Constant.
I'll call over one of the less cool cult members and say,
hey, Bud. I'm trying out Bud. I just thought that maybe Bud would work for me.
I'm not your bud.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I'm so sorry I said Bud.
I shoo him away, and I call over to the second least cool cult member.
Oh, hey, what's up? He actually sounds and looks basically the exact same. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, what's up, homie?
Was I the least cool cult member?
You were, yeah. Sorry. Should I say no? I'm not really sure. You're way cooler now.
I look at him pleased. I have a very important job for you, a way for you to raise your stature in the cult.
Oh, I would love that. Dap it up. As he holds out his hand.
Put your hand down.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
When this tea is done, don't drink it. It has poison in it.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, but I need you to put it into cups for everybody. Don't let anyone drink it.
Put it into cups for everybody.
Yeah. 1 cup per person. We're not gonna sneak it into anybody. Everyone's gonna know what it is.
But
don't let anyone drink it until the right time when everyone agrees.
Is today Doomsday?
I push my sunglasses down, tilt my head a little bit, look him in the eye, and go, "You know it."
As a big gleeful smile comes over his head. Wow, I never thought that I would actually be part of a doomsday cult that reaches its doomsday. As he starts filling up all of the cups.
Happy for you, kid.
Thanks, homie.
I let it go.
Oh, wow. That's a very cool thing of you.
I'm going to head to the sacrificial altar.
Yep. You walk over to the sacrificial chamber. As everyone has gathered, they're sitting in rows. Well, they're actually like kneeling in rows.
I put my fingers in my mouth and I do the cool like wolf whistle thing of like, that was not a very good whistle on my part.
Yes, but for you, it.
Oh, do I have to roll?
No. You do it and you know that you fail it, that you don't hear anything. But somehow resonating out of you is a massively loud whistling sound.
Ooh.
As you go ahead and roll a perception check.
2.
You don't notice anything. You like.
I feel good about my whistle.
Yeah, but the whistle was sick.
Yeah, that whistle was sick. Does everyone look?
Yes, everybody is very attentive to you.
I hold up the bloody knife. Brothers and sisters of the cult of Dr. Axis. You know me as the least cool member of your cult.
Yeah, he was super not cool.
Shut up! The one who was always tagging along, who was trying to fit in.
Yeah, he tagged along way too much.
Just following orders, always following. But isn't that what we all do? Isn't that the whole purpose of a cult? Is to follow the leader. And the leader follows the god.
I love following.
That's why you're not cool.
That's Lexi. Yeah, she seemed fucking beat by that, bro. That was mean.
I have found the error of my ways. I constantly was following someone else and never myself. But not anymore. And I hold the knife up again. I have killed Carlisle. And I am now the leader of the cult of Dr. Axis. And I have met Dr. Axis after all of you betrayed me and stoned me to death. And he brought me back. He saw fit to bring me back to the mortal plane so that I could do his bidding and bring about the doomsday that we all so greatly desire.
You hear like murmurs coming from all throughout the crowd.
And I think at that moment is when the second least coolest guy brings the tea in, right?
He in fact does. You wave him forward as he has a tray that has lined with it 20 cups. As he is ready to pass them out.
Today, we all stop following. Today, we all make a choice to bring about doomsday. These teas are poisoned and will end our lives as one great final message to the cosmos that we are in control of our destiny and that we will follow no longer. And when we die, finally free, Dr. Axis shall rise and deliver our message through fear and destruction to every single living being in existence as he destroys them all. And it will be us who made it happen because of our choice to no longer be followers. And I motion to the T's as I take one, and I walk to the front of the room.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. But before you do, you hear within your ears, darkest desires lead to most fortuitous results.
So I get advantage?
Yep.
So that's 15 plus... that's -1. 14. Oh, wait. Do I still have a -1 since I'm cooler? No, I still have a -1.
I think so. As with a 14, there's shifting eyes from some of them as these glasses get passed down the rows. But then steps forward Phineas. And he takes a cup, stands at your side, ready to drink. And all the rest hold up their glasses, ready to drink.
To blazing our own path. And to Dr. Axis, our Lord. And I go to drink.
As you take the first drink, the rest follow suit, chugging it down. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, but then it changed my mind.
Okay.
I do it. I kill myself.
As
the poison. As I drink it, as it goes in my mouth, I suddenly realize I'm just following Dr. Axis now.
And with that final thought, you feel the poison inside of you.
I'm still following. Damn it.
Your stomach lurches as all of you, you hear the sounds of their stomachs lurching as screams erupt from everyone. You feel a fire inside of you as small cuts open all across your body. Blood leaks out of it. You feel an agony in your brain like you've never felt before, as it feels like every synapse and being of you is lighting up. You feel fire and brimstone and hell erupting from you. Each of them you see falling to the ground, screaming out in horrible, painful agony as these shrill cries of despair rise in rage. And then a cool crimson light bathes over your existence. You feel a bliss you've felt once before. As your essence begins to dissipate, you as a being start to fall. You are no longer existing, and right before you blip completely out of existence, you feel the rise of something evil upon the mortal plane. And that is where we will end today's session.
I feel like as I fell and as I died, my sunglasses probably fell off and shattered next to me.
They did.
Wow. You know what? That one hit home.
Yeah.
That one really hit home. Casey, thank you for such an impactful adventure.
You got it, man.
One where, you know what? I feel cathartic and calm after that one, which is weird.
You know, I'm just excited for us to continue to try to be cool.
Yeah,
Michael,
you know what?
Thank you so much for being a wonderful player.
I just realized we did a whole thing about being cool in the episode where before it all started. We talked about how uncool we were in the rules.
You just realized that?
Yeah. I didn't realize that. I didn't ever think back to that until this moment when you referenced it. That's called a theme.
Yeah, it is, folks. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below about, something wild that happened in your campaign. We'd love to hear what you guys are up to.
The coolest character you've ever played in a D&D campaign.
Yeah, the most evil thing you've ever done in a D&D campaign.
Darkest desire!
Lead to most fortuitous results. Guys, we'll see you next time in our next adventure.
Bye!